Hello and welcome back. So we're going to start our next project, which is a cowl. I need for you to print out or download the pattern, which is below this video. And there's also a PDF guide that will help determine the amount of yarn you need for the long tail cast on. So this is what we'll be working on. This is a cowl. And we are going to, instead of what we did before where we're knitting it back and forth, we're going to do this in a circle with your circular knitting needles. So we are going to basically knit a tube. So there'll be no seaming. We will have to weave in our ends of the two different colors and at the beginning and the end, but we won't be seaming the entire thing. Now this project with our mitts, I think we had 30 stitches. This, however, is going to be 130 stitches. So you could knit on 130 stitches. But what most of us knitters like to do when we have multiple stitches to cast on, we will use the long tail method, which we've talked about before. But it's going to be really hard to guess, like how much yarn do you start with? So you need to figure out how much yarn you're going to need for your cast on. Now in the PDF that's below, I've given you some ideas on how to do it. I'm going to show you the way that I do it most times. And what it's going to entail is doing a little bit of knitting, unraveling it, and then measuring that yarn. So let's get started with that. So what I'm going to do, just because I don't have a ruler with me or anything, I'm going to measure from like where my wrist bends to my thumb, which maybe I'll take these off so you can see better. So from the tip of my thumb to my wrist bend, that's going to be my tail. Okay? That's going to be my tail. Now, I'm going to take the yarn and measure it from my bend of my elbow to my thumb. And I'm not going to bend to my thumb. I'm going to keep it straight. I'm not pulling this really tight, but just, you know, just lay it, and I don't want it really loose, just a medium tension right here. Now I'm going to put a loop where my thumb was, and I'm going to cast on the stitches until I get to that tail length, or approximately. So let's see how many stitches I can get on this needle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13. I get 13 stitches on there. Yeah, about 13 stitches. Well, good, that'll make easy math. So I'm going to unravel this again. So that length that we did, it's going to give me 13 stitches. So since I need to cast on 130 stitches for my cowl, I'm going to measure out 10 times. So whatever your number is, you'll have to do a little math and figure out what it is. I'm going to allow some for a tail, and then I'm going to start measuring. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Got a tangle in here. Nine, 10. So there's all the yarn. It's going to be my tail, and I've got my working yarn to my left. I'm going to make my slip knot, and now I'm going to cast on. So that will give me enough yarn for the cast on, plus a little bit of a tail for weaving in. So I want you to go ahead and figure out what yours is, and go ahead and cast on 130 stitches.